Is Siege dying?
I'm being held captive. Every time I queue, he unqueues me. And I can't get into a game.
We can tell that this game is going downhill. It is at an all-time peak low in terms of playing it, the replayability, all of that. Now,
Ubisoft, when they release content, they release a dog shit game mode that no one wants to play for more than 5 minutes, and it's only out for 2 weeks. The only content they do decide to release is bugs.
This season has been the worst in terms of cheaters.
Aha, täällä on kooda nyt. Mitä vittua? Tää vittu vihu koodaa saatana.
This video is sponsored by Apex Gaming PCs. If you use code Garfield right now, you can get up to $250 off your next purchase over on their website. So I have my own custom line of PCs and I branded it around Siege because, you know, I'm Garfieldisdoc and, you know, the HP bar kind of cool, you know. What I like about Apex Gaming is the customizability, whatever. Basically with a lot of these pre-built sites, you get what you get, to be honest. But with this, if I don't like a certain component or if I want to add in something additional, I can. For example, if I want some RGB RAM, I can, you know, go ahead and add some RGB RAM. So big love to Apex Gaming for sponsoring and just being partnered with me. They're really dope. Go check them out. Link is down in the description. Go show them love. And yeah, if you're in, you know, looking for a PC, perfect place to get one. Now, let's be honest. Year 6 was a very bad year for Siege. It probably turned a lot of consumers away from the game. And to be honest, it was overall a really goddamn bad year for, you know, a game that I love so much. Like map-wise, we really just got reworked maps, which in turn is honestly a good quality of life type of thing. Like for example, we got Border, a Favela got a rework, Bank and Coastline, like all these maps that needed slight changes besides Consulate. God damn, there's so many windows on that map. We saw core, you know, changes, but for the casual gamer or someone that, you know, really comes back to Siege for like the newer style content, because for me, when I first started playing Siege, something I really enjoyed was coming back to Siege every season, and there was always changes that would make the game feel fresh and brand new, whether it was operators or, you know, just slight changes. But these changes were really quality of life changes that were good, but also kind of bad because how much we lacked content. For example, we got a reworked Border, Coastline, Bank, like I said. Really good changes in my opinion, but we also got reworked Favela, which was first in casual, then the community complained, now it's in ranked, but then everybody still bans it because they don't give it a goddamn chance. And then we got reworked Outback at the end of season 4, which, to be honest, I don't mind the new reworked Outback. It's kind of annoying. We looked at the battle pass as well. We started seeing these really lazy feeling battle passes, and now going into year 7, of course, we have the first season already. We have a really good battle pass in my opinion. Now we did have some really W changes in year 6. Like honestly, starting out when we had Crimson Heist starting out, I was actually so excited because Flores was a ground game breaking like operator in my opinion, because he has so much utility and so much insight. And you know, looking at Border, we were looking at a very strong year. We also saw the introduction of Gong 6, which is very underrated and misused PC utility a lot of times, but there's nothing more annoying than using someone like Ayana and then trying to flip to your secondary because you waste all your ammo and air axe because you're dog ass, and you know, you shoot a Gong 6 at enemy and die. Whatever. We also got match replay, and it was in beta because, you know, it is match replay. That was really cool. Do I use it a lot? No, not really. But do pro players and, you know, people that want to, you know, like varsity gaming or whatever, want to do cheater replay? That's cool. This is finally getting seen into console 1 year later. Really, year 6 was something that was really good in terms of, you know, operator balancing and all of that. But the game just felt, honestly, really goddamn boring. When talking about the operators, like we got Osa, Thunderbird, and Thorn, which in my opinion, all these operators were recycled in some type of way. For example, we had an operator like Thunderbird, which is just a better use of Doc, in my opinion. Like, why are you bringing a Doc when you can buy when you can bring Thunderbird, right? Just doesn't make sense. Like we see Osa, which is just a walking shield on attack that has a PDW. And then we saw the most underwhelming operator in a very long time, probably Thorn. Which honestly, I just don't see the point of bringing Thorn when you have so many different operators that you can be bringing. To be honest, I didn't play a lot of high caliber. I got champion and then I just stopped playing because that's how underwhelming that year 6 has felt. I keep saying the reworks, we got like slight map reworks, Coastline, Bank, and Clubhouse, which I thought there was another map, but I'm a little stupid. These maps being reworked were a very, very good and overall good change. Like this was probably the best thing about year 6 is probably the map changes. Because now what we saw was, you know, like maps like Coastline where people sit on the skylight of Coastline and just cut off every angle. So goddamn annoying. VIP was very, very tiny and annoying to try to roam and even try to play into. Now we see a map like Penthouse that's actually, or a site, I mean, that side that is actually very prevalent. Bank, it got its reworks in terms of like windows and whatnot. I can't really complain anymore. To be honest, Bank was a good rework. And to be honest, I don't even remember what they did on Clubhouse. Oh, they did the rotation. These are changes that were really good and probably my most favorite. We saw the elite customization that took a little bit longer. And like, as I keep saying, these were quality of life changes. For example, HP replaced armor, which is a great change for newer players that came into the game. Because they would think that Rook is so prevalent and amazing. But in a one headshot game, it's kind of hard to understand what armor does. So that was a good change in my opinion. And something else I liked was the down but not out injure. What's it called? Notification. It brought more realism to the game. We also saw a Twitch rework, which was absolutely amazing. Her Twitch drone was able to jump and she got 3 drones. I don't know if you remember, if you played back in year 1, guys, but at one point Twitch had 1 regular drone and then 1 Twitch drone. That's it. IQ's rework was actually amazing. So was Fuse's, but these are not enough to bring players back into the game because there's no fresh content. We had some okay seasonal skins. And we saw Sledge loses SMG-11, which I don't understand why nobody else has gotten an SMG-11 from when Sledge lost it. Give it to Callie. Give it to Glaz. Give it to someone that desperately needs a decent secondary. Oh, Callie's. Oh, her SMG is good. Shut up. We also saw flash grenades become basically overpowered, which was honestly insane. See, back when the T-Bird came out, in season 2, I believe, when we saw the Favela rework, we saw this knock change in the TS, which is test server. Basically, knock would not get detected if she was in her cloak and she set off proxy. She wouldn't set off proxy alarm devices. And we didn't see this go into live build, which I think, in my opinion, this needs to be in the live server. I'm not gonna lie. We need to see knock have some type of buff where she's actually usable. We also saw bullet holes get taken out of the game, which, if you don't remember, those were a pain in the ass. You would literally get peeked from a little sliver of a foreskin of a little bullet hole, and you would just get smoked, and it was the most infuriating thing ever. Was it fun to do? Fuck yeah. And the last change of the year was, of course, the map rework Outback. I'm still getting used to the map because it's banned 9 times out of 10, and nobody wants to play the goddamn map. We got more good quality of light changes. For example, R6 Fix 2.0, which is really good. We also saw R6 Analyst, I believe at the end of the season, start working with Ubisoft. If you don't know what R6 Analyst is, it's an in-game extension for PC players where you can see complete scoreboards, and you can actually report now very easily if somebody is cheating, and you can give them match ID and everything, and people are banned a lot sooner. Customization was finally implemented to the what they're showing from the season 1 reveal. The elite customization, we started to see animated skins, which is pretty cool, I guess. The only thing that I want to see is a little bit more creativity with these weapon skins, and start bringing in creator skins. And this is how dry this season was. Literally, one of the biggest things coming out that season was a HUD rework. The HUD is cool, but like I don't think that should be, the best thing ever. We also saw EMP BP, which is basically the bulletproof cam. When you're on a BP now, it can shock 1 EMP device, and you can kind of see how the game slowly is going into year 7. Was it a good year for quality of content? No, it was a very ass year. But in my opinion, we needed this year of Siege. It was kind of like Operation Health in an entire year, because I feel like they were setting up stepping stones for year 7 and just for the game to become more relevant and long term. People can say that Siege is dead or that Siege is going to die, but after looking at this year in a conclusion or like a basic thesis, it was a really good year in terms of quality of life. So sure, did we get the best operators? No, maybe 2 or 3. Did we get the best content? No. Did we get the best skins? Fuck no. Did we get, you know, everything we were asking for? No. But it seems like going into year 7 is something where we really are getting what we asked for, because they did a lot of things that were needed in terms of, for example, they did a lot of things that were needed so that we can actually go into year 7 and you know, have the game become more fluent, and just so they can implement these fun things that we want. Like, for example, looking at this new operator as Mami, or whatever fuck her name is, probably the most creative operator I've seen, and I can understand why it took them so long to release that operator, just because of how hard and game breaking that would be if they didn't test it properly. So I'm okay with that. We waited a year just for that one operator. Now, I don't know if you guys watched my Disrupt gaming videos back when I was with Disrupt. That's actually how some of you guys might actually know me. I did 2 different style of videos, 5 things Siege needs to add. And going into year 7, a lot of these things that I was talking about and I was tweeting about is getting implemented into the game. Now, am I saying that I have that impact on Siege and Ubisoft is looking at me? Hell no. But I'm just glad if they did actually listen to me and watch the video and get the ideas from me. I'm honestly just kind of glad that I'm listened to in some type of way. Even last year, I tweeted out to Rainbow Six. I was like, yo, here's an idea. Hire a pro player or caster like Kickstar/Jesco, rest in peace Kicks, and add in in-game callout tutorial for each map, including unique callouts. We need more in-game trading for players. I've seen so many Lost Plat players that don't understand basic gameplay. Of course, Kicks replied saying, been doing this for a couple of years now. It's a lot more difficult than you might expect. The problem is you can't keep everyone happy, which is 100% proper, and it makes 100% sense what he meant by that. But now, once again, we're seeing a tutorial mode, and I even talked about that in my Disrupt gaming video, where I was basically talking about training packs. Really, my voiceovers back then were just awkward and very, very disgusting. Don't get me wrong, I still talk like an idiot now, but basically I just talked about basic training packs, like, for example, how to play Sledge, how to play vertical properly, all of that. And Ubisoft is now adding that in going into year 7, which, you know, once again, I don't want to say I have that impact, but it's great that they're, you know, listening and going into the right direction, because Siege is one of those video games that's so hard to grasp that it's so unfun when you don't know how to play the game. But as soon as you finally grasp and learn the game, it's the most rewarding and fun game out. Now, what in conclusion, year 6 was a dog shit season, dog shit year, just really dog shit quality of content, but quality of life makes a lot of sense. Going into year 7, here's some things I do want to see from Siege. I want to see them wholeheartedly be a lot quicker with their communication with us as a community. I want to see a Garfieldisdoc charm. I'm fucking with you. I would, though. I want to see community skins, though, and content creator skins. It'd be really dope to have like a Meaty Marley skin, and like they can, you know, get some type of profit in whichever way. Ubisoft can figure out the logistics. But someone that has such an impact like Meaty Marley or Coconut Bra, and they don't really stream, there's no room for them to have streamer charms. Just doesn't make sense. Why would they do that? It would also be cool if they could add in some type of, you know, code like Fortnite or Rocket League, where basically, you know, code Garfield, and like, you know, to support a creator, it's just creator codes, whatever. Maybe we get 5% of that purchase, which is whatever, and it's cool. Also, something I would like to see is more advanced terrace hunt. I keep saying this, and I want the training modes to get better and better. It'd be really cool if they could implement almost like an aim lab scenario in Siege, where with terrace bots. I keep talking about these training packs, and I really do want to like see them. It'd be really cool to play a game of you know, Siege, where it's actually in Siege instead of me having to download these third-party applications just to play these scenarios. That's not actually like what Siege is like. Aim Labs is really good, or Aim Lab I should say, is really good, and so is Kovacs, but the movement is not going to be the same as what Siege is like, and the recoil and all the guns, and they do a really good job over there, Aim Lab. But I feel like Siege can definitely implement something in their game where it's almost like a situation, if that makes sense. Like, you know how situations in Siege are just normal situations? Make a community creative situations. We can change how the bots and terrace little bots, or we can take operators. For example, like say you're left in a 1v5 scenario and you need to learn how to properly like take those gunfights and, you know, basic tutorials. I have an endless amount of ideas, but my expectations is just get terrace on a little bit better, man. It is so dog ass, especially for the console players. Like, those poor dudes, man. They're over here literally struggling their ass off because terrace hunt is not enough, because they have to fight these demon M&K fucking weirdos that have, like, you know, the worst movement on their mouse, but they have that slight advantage. So overall, man, year 7 is going to be great. Siege is going to be great. And if it's not, then a year from now, I'm going to probably make a review of how year 7 was, kind of like this video. And hopefully I wasn't wrong and I didn't eat my words like a dumbass. Let me know what some things you guys would like to see going into year 7 and going into year 8. Are you coming back to Siege, or have you stuck with Siege all along? Or if you're just getting into Siege, I feel so sorry for you. You have so much to learn, but it's a fun process. Besides that, guys, if you made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you for watching my videos and, you know, putting up with my dumbass rambling, because kind of what this video was. But thank you for watching.